Hey there, thank you for joining me for today's practice. My name's Paula. Today's sequence is for very tight neck and shoulders. So we're going to use a few props just to help us out here. So if you have a strap, grab your strap. If not, just grab a belt or a tie or something that's long. You could even use a towel. And if you have a block, please have a block. If there's no block, cushions or rolled up towel is also fine. So just make sure you've got those props before we start. And then when you're ready, we're going to start just at the center of your mat, or you could stand at the top of your mat. Feet hip distance apart. And we're going to make a start straight away. So we won't close our eyes for this practice here. Let's just settle down into the feet. Press down very lightly through the base of the big toes. Just finding the breath. Make sure there's just like that little soft bend in the knees. We're not locking out the backs of the knees. So tailbone dropping down. And then let's start by taking some shoulder rolls. We're going to circle the shoulders forward, up and back. Forward, up and back. And so just continuing with this very simple action. Taking the breath into the upper body. And just notice just what you're feeling right now. So the sensations that are coming up in the body. And we do tend to hold a lot of stress in the shoulders. Or maybe you do a lot of work with the upper body or do boxing or something like that, and that can create a lot of tightness in the upper body. And then let's go the other way. So we'll go back, up and forward. Back, up and forward. And we're trying to make circles as large as we can. So really nice big circles with the shoulders. So remember that soft bend through the knees and easy breathing. And then let's just release that down, and we'll go just with the arms. We're going to make some big circles, taking a big inhale as you reach up, and then circle the arms all the way back. And again, inhale, reaching the arms up, pressing down through the feet, and then exhale to circle the arms out. Just noticing how that action feels in the shoulder girdle. And we're just noticing without any judgment. So we're just really listening, tuning into the body, noticing where you're at today. Take a big breath in as you reach up. As you exhale, just releasing, circle the arms back. And again. And then back. Just one more time in this direction. And you might notice there's that little bit of heat coming up in the upper body. We're going to reverse. So we're going to take the arms back, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, circle the arms forward. And again, inhale, reach the arms back. Press down through the feet as you reach up and circle forward. And again, inhaling. And exhale. We'll just keep going, just a few more. Just keeping those ribs relaxing in towards the spine. Notice if you start to lock out the knees. And we'll just go 2 more like this. And then the last one. And releasing that down. Pick up your strap or your tie or belt, whatever you've got. Keep the feet hip distance apart and parallel. And then slide the hands down the strap. You might need to adjust as we keep going. We're going to take the arms up and over the head. Take an inhale. As you exhale, circle the arms back behind you. So you might need to slide the hands out a little bit. Try to take them back as far as you can. If you can, you come all the way back down. And then take an inhale. Take the arms up. So be nice and slow as you come through that center there. Take an inhale. Once again, exhale. Circle the arms back. And then inhale. Come back up and over. And if you feel like you want to take it a little bit tighter, if you feel like you've got more space to go a bit closer in, just feel free to go for that. Again, really just noticing the sensations in the upper body, particularly into that armpit and upper chest area. Just take an inhale and then exhale. We never want to push into any pain. So if it feels like you just need to stop somewhere, if it's sharp, then you always just pause. The practice of trying to tune in and listen to what your body needs is an integral part of yoga. Okay, so let's bring the arms up to the ceiling, and you might be able to bring those arms a little bit closer in. So just see how you go. I'm going to bring them just past shoulder width apart. Press down through the feet, take an inhale. I'm going to mirror, so exhale over to the right hand side. Press down through the outside of the left foot, side stretch. Inhale through center, and then side stretch to the left. Pulling down with that bottom arm. Inhale through center. Exhale, side stretch to your right. Inhale through center, side stretch to the left. Inhale through center, side stretch to the right. We're going to hold it here for a couple of breaths if you can. Let those floating ribs relax in. Keep energy out through the crown of the head. Keep breathing. Try not to let this armpit face the ceiling. You want to wrap it in slightly, maybe pulling down a little bit more. One last full breath, and then inhale, come back through center. Let's go to the other side. So we're going to the left. And again, sometimes this armpit likes to open up. You want to try to wrap it in a little bit. Gently pulling down on that bottom strap. Lower ribs in. One more full inhale. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale back up through center. Release the arms down by your side. Just take a breath. Just let the shoulders just relax down. Let's cross the strap over. So we're going to shorten the strap here. And we're going for our Gomukhasana arms now. So I'm going to mirror you. I'm going to make sure you've got enough of a tail. We're going to take your right arm up behind you. So the hand is just going to rest onto the upper back. And then you're going to take your left hand and start to walk the hand up the strap. So walking that top hand down to where you can, and then that bottom hand up as close as you can to the other one. And then now let's just hold it here. Again, little soft bend through those knees. So very small bends, we're not locking out through the backs of the knees. Those lower ribs relaxing back in towards the spine. Just taking your awareness to that upper body, to the shoulders, the muscles at the base of the neck. And nice, deep, slow breaths. Now take an inhale. We're going to soften through the knees and take a forward fold if you feel like that's possible. So we're going to soften through those knees and then folding down into your Uttanasana. And once you're down there, relax the head, relax the neck. Deepen into your breathing. Just really make sure you're not holding your head up. You might just keep the knees bent. If it's possible, maybe straightening those legs, belly relaxing down towards the thighs. We'll just take 2 more full breaths here. I know this can be super intense for a lot of us. Trying to breathe through it. And then let's soften through the knees. Release the arms. So we're going to release them all the way down. Just keep holding onto your strap. Let the head be relaxed. Drop the hips down and let's take a spinal roll to come up. Head is the last thing to come up, going all the way back up. And then let's go to the other side. So holding the strap into your left hand, let's take it up, rest it onto the upper back, so the left elbow is pointing up towards the ceiling, and then that right hand reaches back behind you. Start to walk the right hand up the strap, and that left hand walks down to try to meet it. And we're just going to start by just holding here. That little micro bend through the knees. Sometimes this elbow wants to go out to the side. You want to try to hug it in towards the side of the head, elbow pointing up if you can. The floating ribs just relaxing in. Easy breath. And now we're going to go for our Uttanasana once again. So take an inhale. As you exhale, soften through the knees and start to fold forward over the legs. Just letting the head relax. Just noticing if there's anything that you can let go of, any residual sort of tension in that shoulder area. Maybe starting to straighten those legs if that's available for you. Let the weight shift slightly forward onto the balls of the feet.
This last couple of breaths. And then let's bend those knees and release the arms gently and slowly all the way down. And just take a little moment here, letting the arms be really relaxed, knees bent. And then drop the hips down. Let's take a spine roll to come all the way back up to standing. And then let's pop the strap off to the side for a moment. So just popping it down, coming towards the top of the mat, and let's just stand in our Tadasana, feet hip distance apart, arms down by your side. Press down through the feet, reach the arms up, take an inhale, palms, hands come together. Exhale, forward fold into your Uttanasana, feeling free to bend the knees, release those hands down, head relaxes. Take an inhale into your halfway lift. You bring those hands to the shins, draw the tips of the shoulders away from the ears, and then exhale, fold. Bend the knees and step back into your down facing dog. So feet hip distance apart or thereabouts. And if you've got very tight shoulders, sometimes having the hands shoulder distance apart feels too uncomfortable. So you could have your hands slightly wider than the shoulders and then maybe even turn the hands out slightly. And then press down through the inner edges of the hands. Wrap the armpits to face in towards one another and press the hips up towards the ceiling. We're just going to hold this for a couple of breaths, not too long. Steady the gaze in between the feet. Muscles at the base of the neck, trying to relax them away from the ears. And then let's come down into tabletop. And wrists coming underneath the shoulders, release the tops of the feet down. If you need to have those hands a little bit wider than shoulder distance, just feel free to go for that here too. We're going to release the belly down, lift the eyes. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press down through the shins, press down through the hands to C curve through the spine. Drop the chin in and then inhale to go the other way. Release the belly down, lift the eyes, inhale, and then exhale. Draw the navel in. And then once again, inhaling, releasing the belly down, lift the eyes, and then exhale. Draw the navel in, tuck the chin in, and come back into your neutral spine. Come down onto your forearms, elbows and hands, shoulder distance apart, maybe slightly wider if you need to. If this feels like it's going to be too impossible, because we're going to either stay here, we're going to tuck our toes under, coming into our dolphin position, which helps to stabilize and strengthen the upper body. If it's too strong, then you can interlace your fingers. So just choose which version you want to work with. And then let's bring the knees together. And if you feel like this is enough for you, just stay here. If you can, tuck the toes under, press down through the forearms and the hands, and then lift the hips up. Let the head relax. Hips are lifting up. We're not going to stay here for too long. Have a sense of those armpits wrapping in to face one another. So elbows energetically squeezing together. Try not to have the head down, so you're pressing down through those forearms. 3 more full breaths. And then on the next exhale, let's come down to the knees and open the knees out a little bit wider, big toes together, sit back into your child's pose, just have a little rest. You could stack one hand on top of the other and one fist on top of the other. And then let's extend those arms forward. Come all the way down onto your belly. We're going to take our broken wing pose here to open up the front of the chest into that top side of that deltoid area. Take that left hand over to the left shoulder. Roll over onto the right side of the body. If there's space, bring the left foot just behind you if you can. If that's not comfortable, just extend it long or rest it down in front of you. And then let's just hold it here. Sometimes if we're quite tight, then we might need something underneath the head, maybe a cushion or just a small blanket. And then let's just hold. Let that left elbow be quite relaxed. staying with the sensations in the body. Just listening in for any little pockets of space that open. And then let's roll back onto the belly. Let's be gentle here as you come back to center. Let's turn the head to the opposite side and we'll just release the arms down by your side for a moment, just to let that go, let the shoulders curve down towards the mat. Let's have a little moment, just observing the breath. And then let's go to the other side. So taking that left forearm out to the side, using that right hand, roll yourself over to the left side of the body. Let the head be relaxed. So try not to hold the head up. And then that right foot might come back behind you a little bit. Let that right elbow, right arm relax down. Just making sure that that left elbow is a little bit higher up than that shoulder line rather than drawing in towards the side of the body. So you're really feeling it into that upper left corner of the chest. In these last few moments, is there any more space for softening? And then let's roll back onto the belly. And then once again, let's just turn the head over to the left side. Release both arms down by your side, letting the heels fall away from one another. Just letting that shoulder girdle really relax down towards the mat. And then bring the head back to center. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself back towards your heels and then just coming forward, working towards a seated position. So sitting the hips over to one side. Take the legs out long. And extend the legs out long. And this is somewhere you might need to use your strap again. So have your strap and cross the right leg over the left. So if it's very hard for you to reach for your foot, then I want you to grab your strap, place the strap beneath the ball of that right foot. Then hold onto the strap, left hand by your side. We're going to try to press, make sure that the strap's somewhere where you feel like you press the foot forward. You're going to press the foot forward, let that upper body curve a little bit. So we want to let that spine curve and then we want to pull away as if you're trying to C-curve the spine. So you're pulling away, hopefully feeling a bit of a stretch in between that scapular spine area. Okay, pressing. If you don't need the strap, hold the inside of the foot. It's the same actions. You're going to press, but pull away. So you're pulling back and pressing forward. Keep the breath open. And then let's release that, coming back up. And then swapping it around. So crossing the left leg over. So remember, if you want to pop the strap around the foot, just grab the strap and then right hand by your side, taking hold of the inside of the foot if you're not working with the strap. We're going to press forward with that hand. Draw the belly button in, C-curving through the spine. Try to pull away with that left arm as you press forward through that left foot, letting that right arm be relaxed. Try to soften the muscles at the base of the neck. One more full breath.
And then inhale, coming back up, and then let's release that. So now grabbing your block, or if you're using a rolled up towel or some cushions, you could use that. If you've got your block, we want to place the block up around the scapula, so we want the flat part of the upper back. And you might need to experiment a little bit to find the right spot. So you want it to feel like it's on the flat part of the back, knees are bent. Yeah? And then you want to lie back on the block, and you might be able to just let the head relax back, but feeling free to grab a cushion and pop it underneath there as well. It just depends on how high your block is. So just for a few breaths, we're just going to let the head release, arms down by your side. If you need to support your head straight away, grab your hands, interlace the fingers at the base of the head, and then let the head relax down. And just focusing on your breathing. Just wriggle it up just a tiny bit. So feet are flat on the mat, and if your arms are down by your side, let's all interlace the hands at the base of the head now. So it's a very small action of just extending through the spine, or the neck, sorry, and the thoracic spine, so the upper spine. Just taking an inhale as you exhale, lifting up just a tiny bit, lengthen out the neck. So not a crunch, so just lengthening, and then take an inhale to release it back down. And then again, exhale, lengthening out through the neck, and then inhale to release back. And again, exhale, coming up, and then inhale. Let's release. And you could stay holding on here if you can. If you would like to go a little bit deeper, you feel comfortable, let the head relax back, maybe reaching those arms back, or you might just hold on to the shoulders. Just see what feels available for you. This is quite strong, but keep breathing. Just 3 more full breaths. Release those arms down, coming onto your forearms to make your way back up. Removing your prop, your towel, coming all the way back down onto your back. Letting that upper body just settle back into that neutral position. Tips the shoulders relaxing back. And then now let's extend those legs away long, coming into your Shavasana position, letting the feet fall away from one another, arms a bit away from the body. Lift the shoulders up away from the mat and then slide the shoulder blades down the back, place them back down. Just taking a few deep breaths just to settle yourself in. Allowing the jaw to soften. Front of the throat relaxes. Just noticing if there's any more sense of space. It's in that upper chest and shoulders and arms. And allowing yourself to come to rest for a few minutes. Please feel free to stay here if you can, if you'd like to. Otherwise, start to deepen into your breathing so you feel the belly rise and fall. And then let's bend the knees up, rolling over onto your right hand side. Just taking a few moments on your right side, using that right arm to support the head. And starting to make your way up to a comfortable seated position, using that left hand to help you come up. And let's just take a cross-legged position for the last couple of breaths here. Arms and hands just somewhere comfortable. Eyes staying closed. Just following the breathing in and out through the nose. Just perhaps noticing that softer, open quality in the body. Just bringing the palms of the hands together into your prayer in front of the chest, bowing the head down towards your hands. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me today. Namaste. Thanks so much, everyone. I'll see you next time.